Hello fellow mermaids and mermaids-to-be, my name is Faith and I get a lot of questions both online and in person on where I got my mermaid tail, how I got into mermaiding, and what type of tails I recommend. If this is your first venture into mermaiding, always get a fabric tail. You'll Google mermaids and you'll see pictures of people in silicone tails, which cost over $3 grand. As well as being very cost effective, fabric tails are made of lycra or spandex, which is a comfortable swimsuit material. Now for your benefit, I've compiled a list of 10 fabric tail makers to help you choose what you want to buy. So here we go. Before we start, there's a few different styles of tails that I want you to be familiar with. There are the tails that are made of one solid color, then there are tails that are made of one solid pattern, and then we have two solids, which is typically a pattern on the tail body and a solid on the fluke, like this one. And then lastly, which is the option that most tail makers are moving towards, are printed patterns. As you can see, the scales vary from different parts of the tail. So let's pretend if I was online shopping for a mermaid tail, I wanted to buy something in a tealish color with a monofin to fit size 6 feet, and I wanted to ship it to the US. So the first one on my list is FinFun Mermaid Tails. They are a solid US-based company that I always recommend first to anyone. They make a variety of colors of tails, mostly printed. They're phasing out their sparkle tails now that are just solids or patterns. If I was to buy the Aussie green tail in a size women's small with the monofin pro, it would cost about $132, including $7.95 in shipping. Swimtails is a US-based company that makes solid and printed tails with their own monofin. If I was to buy the lagoon tail in probably a size women's small with the Noonie adult monofin, it would cost about $110 with apparently free shipping to the USA. So Magic Tail, I purchased one of their tails before. They're a German-based company and they make printed tails. They don't have a huge selection, but they look pretty nice. So if I was to buy the Ariel tail in medium, which I did, and a medium monofin, it would cost about $187 US. Delfina Mermaid Tails is a Russian/Finnish company that makes printed fabric tails. They look pretty cool. I'm gonna warn you, they say silicone on them, which is spelt wrong. Just ignore that. They're just trying to market it. Apparently their tails are really good and they come with their own monofin. If I was to buy the Magic Marina tail in the teen size with the monofin pro, it would cost about $175, including the $35 worldwide shipping rate. I'm not sure if that's in US dollars, it didn't specify on the website. Now, fifth on my list is the Merc Taylor. They are mostly known for making their silicone tails, but they do have a nice selection of fabric eco tails, which is their way of saying you're too poor to buy a silicone tail. These ones are made with the Finis Aquarius and Mermaid monofins, which are really nice. If I was to buy the Lorelei green tail in an adult small, which includes the Finis Aquarius monofin, it would cost me about $160, including $35 in shipping. TwoTails, or the TwoTails, is a US-based company that sells a very large selection of solid and patterned and a few printed tails. There isn't much info about them, but they have a nice selection and they come with their own backpack apparently. They make their own monofins, but you can't purchase them separately. This is the best picture I could get of one of them. If I was to buy the Catalina tail in a teen size with the monofin included, it would cost me about $115 with apparently free shipping. Next on my list is an Australian company called SplashTails, and they're actually a branch of the TwoTails. They have a little bit of a different selection, but their scale printed tails are about the same. Unfortunately though, it's a lot more expensive to buy something from Australia, as if I bought the exact same tail, it would cost me $195 with $20 in shipping. If you are Australian, also there is a FinFun branch that's Australian, just gonna put that out for you. And speaking of buying tails from foreign lands, I have MermaidCat. This is a little bit of a different tail maker because they're more marketed towards adults. She makes very nice printed scale tails with a large selection in size, and they use the Trident monofin, which is a very good monofin if you're concerned about the amount of propulsion you'll be getting. If I was to buy their turquoise colored tail in a size medium with the smaller foot size for the Trident, it would cost me about $200, including the $50 in shipping. And lastly on my list is Swimtails. People have asked me to review Swimtails. They have a really big selection in printed scale tails, but they have a bad reputation with customer service. They don't have any safeguards for taking the tails off, which is not the greatest, and I've heard they're hard to get on and off. I would not recommend them unless you're on a budget, because if I was to buy the blue coat tail in the size women's small with the included Aquarius monofin, it would cost me about $110 with the $7.95 in shipping, which isn't bad. I honestly don't recommend them because safety is so important, you guys. Do not consider buying a mermaid tail unless you are a good swimmer. You've passed at least level 5 on Swim Kids, you can do the dolphin kick well, you're comfortable in deep water, and you're always swimming with someone with you, okay? Alright, good. But very last but not least is homemade. I cannot, really, I'm such a bad sewer and I have no talent in crafting or creating, but if you enjoy doing that kind of thing and you want a little bit more freedom in the style of tail you have or your budget, I would very much suggest this. There's a site called spoonflower.com which makes tons of different fabrics. You can order them. You can get in spandex or lycra. As well, you can choose whatever type of monofin you like. You could use any of the ones I listed in the video, which includes some of the stuff from Finis, or you could purchase a monofin separately from one of the websites I suggested, like FinFun, Swimtails, Magic Tail, and Delfina. They all sell theirs separately. I would also recommend the Mermaid Linden for kids. It's a very good, safe monofin. Also, the Finis Wave and the Finis Rapid are very good monofins. You could also purchase one from Mahina, which are very nice looking for both kids and adults. Another monofin you could use is the Mirage monofin that I just purchased. A review coming soon. And that's about it. So have lots of fun choosing what tail you want to buy. As well, if you have any more questions that I somehow didn't answer or want me to talk about another fabric tail site, just leave it down in the comments below and I'll do my best. If you somehow feel that my opinion is invalid, feel free to spout to me in the comments below. That'll really change what I already filmed. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later. Bye! Okay, and again. I love being a YouTuber!